back to another strategy of war. Today's strategy of war is the 15th. It goes controlling the dynamic, forcing strategies. People are constantly struggling to control you, getting you to act in their interest, keeping the dynamic on their terms. The only way to get the upper hand is to make your play for control more intelligent and insidious. Instead of trying to dominate the other side's every move, work to define the nature of the relationship itself. Shift the conflict to terrain of your choice, altering the pace and stakes to suit you. Maneuver to control your opponent's mind, pushing their emotional buttons and compelling them to make mistakes. If necessary, let them feel they are in control in order to get them to lower their guard. If you control the overall direction and framing of the battle, anything they do will play into your hands. This is a very interesting strategy, and this is something that you've probably dealt with yourself. If you haven't done it personally, you've definitely experienced it in some sort of relationship, in some sort of toxic relationship where everything is by the other person's book. Everything is done to please the other person, and you feel like you're just constantly trying to make up for whatever you did that was wrong. And it's quite evil when you experience that in a relationship. I don't wish it on my worst enemy, but it's also something you can use to your benefit, whether it comes to strategy, whether it comes to some sort of conflict, whether it comes to some sort of disagreement. The way I like to see this is like when I'm fighting someone, it's much easier for me to push the pace so that I'm controlling the fight. If I'm the one that's attacking, they're the one that has to respond, so they have to respond in proportion to however violently, however fast, however aggressively I'm attacking. And it's the inverse. When someone is constantly attacking me, I have to respond. I have to first, subdue all of their attacks before I can begin with a response. And it's framing the relationships, framing the conflicts, framing the things in your life to meet this when necessary. I don't think this is something you should do in all your relationships in life. Like I don't think you want to be a Machiavellian like figure. I don't think it's necessarily healthy. I don't think it's going to develop deep and rewarding relationships, but it's something that you should necessarily pull out when you need to, when you're in some sort of conflict, when you're in some sort of fight, when you're in some sort of argument. It's always easier to frame the other person's argument, have them agree with it, and then rip it apart. It's something that Socrates would do. Socrates would ask the person for their frame of mind, ask them for their opinion, and slowly over time he would ask them questions that chipped away at their argument, that slowly got things from a strong argument to something that was on just absolutely no foundation. And this is a strategy that it might be difficult to see at first, but the more you can play people into your worldview, the more you can play people into your perspective of things, the better off you're going to be. Short video today. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. I'll link this book in the description. On top of that, if you want to join my Discord, that's when you find out when I'm streaming. That's when you find out more day-to-day stuff. And if you want to need more from me, go ahead and join my school. Love you guys so much. Peace out. Catch you next one.